Hey guys, welcome to Sippin' and Spillin' with Sid from 3 Mississippi. The sun is out. Can you believe it? I can hardly believe it. It's the warmest it's been in a minute. It is still quite chilly, and it's going to be freezing again. Temperatures tonight is the rumor, and again this weekend is the rumor. And I think we're supposed to get some more rain and freezing temperatures again. Uh, so I'm going to take this opportunity today. I'm going to skeet. Frankie hates it when I say that, but I try to be cool. I'm going to skeet into town and gas up the truck and get some more feed and get some groceries and do that kind of stuff and get back uh, before it gets too dark. And hopefully, I can see just from my vantage point here that the roads are not iced over anymore. And just from what I've, talked to some of my neighbors on some of the Facebook groups, the roads are cleared, the highways are cleared. There's no, I mean, I'm still going to be careful because I'm sure there's still patches of areas where it's been shadier or whatever. But for the most part, today it's thawed out enough, and we hadn't had, precipitation that everything, even on our property, I can see where everything's kind of melted. So it doesn't have that white ice blanket on it any longer. So I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take this opportunity to go because there is a chance that we might be frozen in again this weekend. And then I don't know what that means for next week because they are expecting freezing temperatures again and more precipitation that could turn into maybe freezing rain or sleet again, which means bad roads again. And I don't know. They went ahead and canceled school for this whole week. I think today they probably could have had the kids go to school, but I think because it was a Friday, they were like, what's the point? The kids have been off all week. It's like, I think at this point they were like, what are we going to do with them for one day? I think they just didn't know what to do. I think they just figured, forget it. But, you know, I mean, it was cold this morning, and the wind chill factor, we are still under a wind chill advisory. It is that wind chill, we have that southern humidity doesn't go away in the winter. It's still here. So you have that moisture in the air that when the temperature drops, you have that basically cold water that's hitting you, and it makes it feel even colder than if you're further north where the air is drier, and it's hitting you. So it does make a difference. But you know, I guess if you bundle up enough and you aren't hanging outside for too terribly long when you don't have to be, it's not too bad. Um, I've been out here doing the animals and checking on them and breaking up water troughs and with my pickaxe and doing all that every day. And um, it's been uncomfortable, but it's been manageable. So I don't. It is what it is. I mean, I don't know if I would say I prefer the cold to the hot or vice versa, even. I like each season as it comes, and I like to appreciate each season while we have it, for what it has to offer, and for each, there's things about each season that it gives us a break. The winter kind of gives us a break from certain things that I don't have to do with the animals, and certain things that Mike doesn't have to do with the garden. And then, we get into spring, and it's kind of starts the craziness of the season with the planting and the harvesting and the breeding and the processing of the animals and the canning into the summertime. And then you've got, and so there's just kind of winter is sort of that little bit of respite of, you don't have all of that craziness going on of of the constant things that you have to do like you do during the spring and early part of the summer. By the late part of the summer, you're kind of wrapping all that up. You're finishing the last bit of your canning. Maybe you're finishing the last bit of your processing, depending on where you are and how hot your summer is, how early and how late. um, for me, my goal here is always going to be to try to finish any of my poultry processing by like mid-June. I think that's going to be my goal, because anything after that, not pleasant to try to process birds outside at that point, even if you get an early start. Um, so that way, it's kind of over with, and the farmers market's usually done by the end of July, beginning of August, it kind of peters out. So, ooh, the sun just went behind that cloud and it got instantly chillier. Let me tell you, woo! It was like little cold tentacles just reached out and went, "Hello, don't forget it's still cold out." But you forget when you're standing under the warmth of the sun for a minute. It's a lot colder once it's not sunny no more. Whew, it gets a lot colder. But we we've been trapped in that house for a hot minute. I feel like, and I cleaned everything yesterday again. I try to do I guess a deep clean once a week, and I scrubbed toilets and did all that fun stuff yesterday. And you know, they haven't asked our county specifically, but I've heard them talking about neighboring counties because some people had issues with some places where pipes froze and stuff, and they said, you know, watch your water pressure. Don't do laundry if you don't have to. Don't run your dishwasher. Don't run water if you don't need to, kind of stuff. So, you know, and I don't really need to do any laundry or anything like that right now at the moment anyway. So I kind of did all that at the beginning of Snowmageddon. So, and we were very, very, very lucky. We only had our power go out twice during this whole thing, and once it was for maybe, I think the first time, I think it was maybe an hour that it went out. And then the next time it was for, oh, maybe 45 minutes or an hour again a few days later. So man, very, very blessed that it you know, that very lucky that they've really got that under control and have, you know, and we've been careful to conserve, and I keep the thermostat set pretty low. I think I had my upstairs one set at like 65, and I just bundle up, you know, and then downstairs I think we had it set a little bit warmer. I think it was set at like maybe 68 or so. But for some reason that bottom one seems to run warmer. I don't know. It feels like it runs warmer down there, or it just feels like it. I don't know. But kind of gets cozier down there more. I don't know. Maybe it's just because of the way the layout of the downstairs is. I have no idea. That's my theory. But trying to conserve and turning off the lights and unplugging stuff we're not using, just to kind of do our part in that sense, and keep it happy. Keep everything happy. So anyway, guys, I'm going to keep this one a little bit shorter than I normally do, just because I don't have a whole lot to report, since we've sort of been trapped inside in the storm here, and I do want to go run those errands and get things going. So I appreciate you. I hope you guys are staying warm. I hope maybe you're starting to defrost a little bit like we are. But as always, guys, stay blessed and safety's off.